Mayor Ganim, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Look, this has been an ordeal. 4 elections in 5 months, each of which we should say you won. The final vote by the largest margin of victory. You have 4 more years. And there are voters in Bridgeport who are frustrated, still possibly shaken by evidence of voter fraud there. How do you move forward? And what does the process of regaining trust look like?
Yeah, I think the people of the city of Bridgeport are ready to move forward. I think this was, 4 elections in a row, but I think each time with a more, let's call it resounding. I don't mean that personally, but just as far as a reflection of the support that we have to keep going with the things that are important in Bridgeport. And so I'm happy and delighted and very thankful for every election, but especially this last one now that we can move ahead beyond these elections.
What do you say to the people, though, who are having a tough time moving beyond what they saw here? Certainly the Wanda Jeter Pataki video and the numbers, 420 people showing up at the ballot boxes and 1,200 ballots being harvested from them.
Yeah, we had
bother people.
Yeah, and I think the last 3 elections, I think were redeeming. You should take a close look and see the reviews of those. And I think those are the things that people have looked at and have why I think we won with such large pluralities, 60% plurality in the last election. And I think, frankly, on the other side, whether the cast aspersions, some true, many false, I think got wearing on people. They got tired of the disingenuous approach that was just critical and offered nothing about the future of the city. And that's where people are today. So we've got a lot to do. The progress that we've made, I think, was ratified with appreciation by the voters, but we still have a lot more to do, whether it's in education, building out a new, what looks like it's going to be a professional soccer stadium in the city of Bridgeport, a new entertainment arena called the Fillmore, just to add to Bridgeport is what I call not just the music mecca, but the arts and entertainment capital of Connecticut. That, I think, with quality of life, whether it's, I think what's been referred to, not only transparent, but outreach by our police department with community policing, working with neighborhood groups block by block, are the things that are part of what's really important to Bridgeporters right now. And so we've got a lot to do in the next 4 years, but certainly up for the task and looking forward to seeing and having you come down and see some of the things that we're doing as we move forward over the next few months and into the next couple of years.
The prospect of a soccer stadium, the prospect of the entertainment hub, things that you have talked about here, things that sound exciting. You'll need some help from the state. You'll need some funding from the state. That requires you to work hand in hand. I know you got the endorsement from Governor Lamont here for this final vote. Tell me about the process of working with the state to get the funding to make these things happen.
Yeah, and on successes like those that we've seen and continue to see in Bridgeport, for instance, when the governor came down for the new 400 units of waterfront development at Steel Point, there's enough there in that and other advancements to share and to say thank you. The partnership with Governor Lamont's been remarkable for the people of Connecticut, but in particular for Bridgeport, the things we're working on together, the urban revitalization, transforming what were older sites like you've heard of Remington Arms being transformed now not just into the retention as part of a historic piece of Bridgeport's history, but also for urban revitalization on the east side of the city. So huge urban redevelopment projects that are noted, I think, not just around the state, but nationally, but in Bridgeport, are the things that I want to continue to partner with the governor on, with our U.S. senators, and locally with our city council and our neighborhood organizations. So that's the kind of unity that you see from people that really get it and want to make it happen. That not only moves dirt, but continues to help a city, in particular Bridgeport, move forward.
I know just this week we reported on a study done by, I want to say, Wallet Hub, that showed the happiest cities in the country. No cities in Connecticut made the top 100, which is unfortunate, but Bridgeport came out the highest ranked city in that study at number 105, the 105th happiest city in the country, if you will. How would you account for that?
Well, if they did that right after my election, I would have been in the happy column. So I'm hoping that was the timing of it. But some of them I think are more telling. More recently, we're number 4th in the top 5 of most desirable, livable cities in the country, right above Raleigh, North Carolina. So the people are recognizing when you look at where the improvements have been made, and building 2 new high schools, brand new state-of-the-art high schools to build out for what we can, one of the largest school districts in the state in population. And that's important. The value of your homes in Bridgeport, the commitment to infrastructure improvements. People recognize what we're doing with roads and sidewalks and in all parts of the city, and downtown in particular. So hopefully that's what's picking up, maybe making people happier, but certainly recognizing Bridgeport as a city on the move with progress and a desirable place for all the things that you look at when you're thinking about moving somewhere or settling somewhere or calling a place, as we do, home.
All of those things, though, of course, still tie into trust. I know that you want people to believe in your government and work with you on this. Don't you believe that some kind of scrutiny from the state in terms of voter reform, in terms of ballot reform, might be a good idea at this point?
Yeah, I think nationally you see people are skeptical, especially at the federal government level. I think all that we've seen, I guess at a state and at all levels of government, I think we've persevered. If you want to talk about us in particular, especially if it's about elections, these last 3 elections, I think were the kind that people want to look at and see how levels of government, the Secretary of State, for instance, and local registrar of voters and town clerks can work together. Certainly not with imperfections, but certainly with the integrity, the transparency that produced the results that we've seen that got us here today after our people have said somewhat overwhelming turnout and victory in the middle of February after one in the middle of January, which is completely unprecedented that I know of, certainly in this part of the country.
All right, Bridgeport Mayor Joe Ganim, it's been an ordeal, but it's over. And you're off and running. Good luck in your next 4 years there in Connecticut's most populous city. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.